Hey friends, Dusty Duke here. Thanks for watching this video. Today we're going to talk about how to clarify exactly what you do as a cleaning business. Now this is one of the 7 business principles I discuss here on this YouTube channel for growing a successful cleaning business. And the first business principle is clarifying your cleaning services. As cleaning businesses, we know what kind of services we provide and what we're good at, but our customers often don't. In fact, there are many new customers, they're entering the cleaning market every single day, and none of them have ever hired a cleaning company before. And they don't know what kind of services you provide. So, the key is you have to clarify your cleaning services so that customers know exactly what it is that you offer. So the first thing that we need to do is we have to define for ourselves what services that we want to offer and what services we don't. There's a lot of cleaning businesses, especially when they start out, that think that they have to do everything. They think they need to offer janitorial services, house cleaning, carpet cleaning, window cleaning, and all these different services. But you don't have to do that. And one of the reasons they think they have to do everything is because they think it's going to help them stay competitive. It's like they're afraid that if they don't offer everything, customers aren't going to consider them, credible and will choose a different company. But that's just not true. You don't have to do everything in the cleaning industry. There's a lot to do, but you don't have to do it all, okay? So take some time to really think through what you love doing the most when it comes to cleaning. Maybe you enjoy house cleaning more than commercial cleaning. Uh, there's a lot of cleaning businesses that I know of that prefer doing just Airbnb or VRBO cleanings. So they'll go into, homes rented out to guests on platforms like Airbnb, and they do the turnaround cleanings. So they're basically ensuring that the areas are clean for the next guest. They're changing the bedding, they're doing all the laundry, making it look good for the next guest. And that's all the kind of cleaning that they want to focus on. I also know some cleaning business owners who specialize specifically in commercial cleanings. So they love cleaning offices. And one of the reasons they enjoy it is because they can typically go in during the evenings to do those cleanings, which gives them a lot more flexibility during the day. Additionally, the work tends to be simpler. You're not on your hands and knees scrubbing bathtubs or trying to remove grease and grime from kitchens. Office cleanings mainly are going to involve dusting or vacuuming or emptying trash. So commercial cleanings, especially in offices, are often more straightforward. They don't pay as much typically compared to residential, depending on the size of the building. But if you know how to clean it quickly and with excellence, you can still make a lot of money on commercial cleanings. Now, there are also cleaning businesses that focus exclusively on window cleaning. They don't do any kind of house cleaning, none of the vacuuming or bathroom cleanings. They just clean windows, and they're really good at it. They have a whole operation in place, complete with the specific insurance that they need. They're climbing roofs, going up ladders to clean exterior windows, and that's all they do. And because of that, they're really good at it. So, whatever it is that you're passionate about, focus on that. Okay, make a list of the services you're passionate about, but try to keep it as short as possible. I'd also say focus on services that you do really well. Build a list of cleaning services you believe you do better than anyone else. Maybe you know how to clean kitchens better than most of your competitors, or you know how to do bathrooms better than your competitors. So combine that with what you're passionate about and what you do best and focus on just those areas. Okay, so that's the first step. Define what it is that you want to focus on and don't spread yourself too thin. Now, the second thing that you've got to do to clarify your cleaning services is to communicate that on your website ahead of time. When a customer visits your website, there are a couple things they're trying to figure out. Like, number one, they want to understand what kind of services you provide. Number two, they want to figure out whether you can help them. So they're going to have a list of needs for their house cleaning, and they want to know if you can meet those needs. Number three, they want to know the best way to contact you to schedule services. So all those things, your website needs to communicate exactly what it is that you do, and ideally, you want to be able to answer any questions that your customer has on your website before they even schedule a walkthrough. Before they even schedule a walkthrough, you need to be answering their questions on the website. Now, most cleaning businesses think to themselves, well, I'll just do the walkthrough with my prospect, and if they have any questions or want specific things done, I'll just answer them at that point. But you don't want to do that. And here's why. Because the more clear you can be before the walkthrough, the more walkthroughs you're actually going to schedule. Okay, a customer or prospect will not schedule a walkthrough with you if they're confused by your website. You have to learn to be as clear as possible ahead of time. And when you do that, it's going to result in more walkthroughs. So that would be the second step in clarifying what it is that you do. Before I go on to the third step, I'm going to let my little dog out so she can use the restroom real quick. She's my assistant here, keeps me company. Now, the third step I'd recommend is as you're putting all this information on your website, you really got to focus on structuring your content in a way that people can easily consume, okay? Don't create a huge document with 2,000 words with every single thing that you do and just dump it on your website. I've seen some cleaning businesses where their websites look like nothing but text. I mean, there's hardly any images. It's very confusing, and they just dump all this text and information on what they do. And I would say having an overload of information doesn't necessarily mean you're clarifying your offering. You really want to structure your text and content in a way that's easy for people to consume. You want to be able to break it up into sections, break it up into pages. So, for example, if you're trying to clarify that you're an Airbnb cleaner and that's all you do, you might focus on communicating how you make beds, how you clean bedrooms, how you're changing the sheets and handling the laundry, and you might want to communicate that on one separate page. Then on another page of your website, you might explain how you go through the refrigerator in the kitchen to make sure there's no leftover foods from the previous guests. And you make sure the trash is emptied and the coffee pot is emptied and cleaned and things like that. And that's all on a different page. So if you can create a page for each room and each aspect of your service, especially if you're, just doing Airbnb cleanings, it makes it easier for your customers to digest what it is that you offer. If you try to stuff all that information in one page, it's going to be very hard for them to understand exactly what you do. You might need help from a web designer or even a content creator to structure this content on your website, but you can do that by going to places like Fiverr, where you can hire a freelancer for pretty cheap to do this work for you. Now, maybe you know how to clean kitchens better than most of your competitors, or you know how to do it better than them. So, again, I mentioned this before, but just focus on what you do best and go with that. Put it on your website. Break it into sections, because the key is you want to make sure you're communicating that before your walkthrough. And when you do, you're going to get more prospects contacting you for quotes because you'll stand out compared to your competitors. And you'll make the cleaning process a lot less confusing for your customers. So take the time to really define what it is that you do for your cleaning business. Now, the other thing, I think I'm on the fourth thing, I would do when clarifying your business is try to keep track of a list of frequently asked questions that your customers have asked you. Now, I keep track of all the questions people have asked me. Customers will ask me things like, do you remove spots from carpets? Or do you move furniture? Or do you clean under furniture? Do you pick up things when you dust? They'll ask, do you remove lampshades when cleaning the lights and things like that. So there's a whole list of different questions customers will ask during walkthroughs, or they'll send you an email. And I would say keep track of these and then create a frequently asked questions page on your website. And this will also help bring more clarity to your customers. Okay, here's what's really cool about that. If you do schedule a walkthrough with a customer and they have no idea what you do exactly, and your goal is to enlighten them during that walkthrough, let me ask you this. Okay, what's going to happen if they start realizing you don't offer the particular services that they want during the walkthrough? Well, they're probably not going to hire you. Okay, so what's happening is you're wasting all this time doing a walkthrough. You're answering all their questions professionally, right? But they're starting to discover that you don't offer window cleaning, or you don't move the refrigerator out of the kitchen to clean behind it like they want. And by the way, if you're moving appliances and cleaning, liability insurance isn't going to cover that. If you have an employee who moves a heavy appliance and gets injured or damages the customer's floor, your insurance isn't going to cover that. Okay, so that's another reason for you not to move furniture or appliances, and you can tell that to your customers. But if you put all this information on your website in an FAQ section, customers are going to qualify themselves before you even schedule a walkthrough. And what will happen is you're going to filter out all the customers you don't want to do business with, and you're going to get customers who do want the services that you provide. So by providing that information ahead of time on your website, you'll filter out the customers you don't want to focus on. And you'll only schedule walkthroughs with customers who know what it is that you do. Now think about this. A customer has gone to your website, they know exactly what it is that you offer, and they know what you don't offer. And they've looked at your FAQ page, they're getting answers to all the questions that they've had, and they're telling themselves, you know what? This cleaning business actually focuses on everything that's important to me. And they might say, I don't actually need all the appliances moved. I don't need furniture moved. I just need a quick, weekly cleaning with some light dusting, vacuuming, and things like that. Now, you've already answered all their main questions, and they're now a qualified warm prospect. When they contact you to do a walkthrough, 90% of the time, around that number, it won't be because they're trying to figure out whether you're the best fit for them. It's going to be because they already feel comfortable with the services that you provide. Really, the only reason they're scheduling the walkthrough is that they want to get to know you as a person. They want to see how you act. They just want to get to know you personally. They also want to show you the rooms that they're going to clean, and they're going to get a pricing point from you. Now, they still may not schedule a cleaning, but they're way closer to scheduling a cleaning because of how much you've clarified your services on the website. The more info you communicate to your customers ahead of time, the better it's going to be. Now, in a different video, I'll discuss some of the different things in your business that you should clarify to your customers. We'll talk about the types of services and that they need to know about your business, and maybe some of the legalities and things about your team members. We'll cover that all in a separate video. But for now, I hope you understand the significance of clarifying what it is that you do. You want to definitely find a niche for your cleaning business, and you want to put all that information on your website in a organized way. And when you do that, you will attract higher qualified customers to schedule walkthroughs. And by the way, a customer who feels less confused is more likely to buy. A customer who feels less confused is more likely to schedule a walkthrough. If a customer lands on your website and feels confused or frustrated, or their brain feels frazzled, they're probably going to bounce off your website and they're going to search for another cleaning business, find one of your competitors, and your competitors are taking the time to clarify what they do. So don't make the mistake of being confusing, okay? Or your customers are going to go with your competitors. Make sure you clarify your cleaning services ahead of time on your website. So this is Dusty Duke. I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any specific questions about how to clarify your cleaning services, leave them in the comments below. This helps me come up with video content to respond to your questions, and I'll make sure to post those on my YouTube channel. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know I'm just starting out and this channel is still kind of small, but I'm planning on creating a ton of video content in 2025. My goal is to create 100 videos in 2025, and I'd love for you to follow along. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos I post. And again, thank you for watching. My passion is always to see cleaning businesses grow and succeed, and that's the purpose of this YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.